actually my second time on YouTube, my second video. I'm the CKD warrior. My name is Megan. CKD stands for chronic kidney disease, and I've been dealing with basically all my life, ever since I was 9 years old. Well, that's when I first got diagnosed. So I really just wanted to come and talk to you guys about my story, introduce myself, and find out if y'all are having any issues like I am, any health issues. If you have chronic kidney disease as well, if you're on dialysis, if you're undergoing a transplant journey, if you have diabetes, lupus, any other chronic illness that you want to share. Excuse my appearance. I know I'm looking crusty and dusty, but I need to get my hair done, my eyebrows. I look crazy. But full transparency, I just want to come in and talk to you guys and share my story. So, like I said before, I have chronic kidney disease, and I'm young to be having this disease. I'm only 32. I live in Virginia, and I have FSGS, which is focal segmental. Don't let me get started on the last part. I still have trouble pronouncing it. It's like in my head, I know how to pronounce it, but when I try to say it, I get tongue-tied. But I'm going to try to put on the screen. But I have FSGS. It basically damages your kidneys. So I've been dealing with that ever since I was 9 years old, basically. But the thing with FSGS is it's progressive. So I am on dialysis. I'm on peritoneal dialysis. And I've been on it for 3 years. Well, almost 3 years. So it'll be 3 years in June. So let me give you a backstory. I got diagnosed when I was 9 years old. Something happened where my mom, she just taken me to a regular checkup, and they had to run blood tests, and they found that my levels were out of whack. So they did a biopsy when I was 9 years old, and they found out that I had FSGS. Well, the thing is, when you're young, you don't really know what's going on, so I didn't know if it was primary, or the cause of my kidney disease was primary or secondary. Primary means that it's basically it's like a genetic trait or something that you were born with. I was born premature. It was 2 pounds 9 ounces. So I'm not really sure if that was the cause of it, or it could be secondary. Secondary means you have high blood pressure, or it could be cured with if you have obesity. I am overweight. I do have high blood pressure, but when I went to see my adult nephrologist is someone who treats people with kidney disease or any other kidney issues. Basically, treat issues dealing with the kidney. So I saw my pediatric nephrologist all the way up until I was 26. So after that, she let me go. She said, okay, I'm going to transfer you to the adult nephrologist. So, and I'm sorry, I'm looking up the camera. Like I said, this is my first time doing this, so bear with me. Looking everywhere. I'll hopefully get used to talking to the camera. But, so, when I got diagnosed when I was 9, I had the biopsy done. I was a normal kid. I had to take medicine for high blood pressure to maintain it. But other than that, you couldn't even tell that I had it, which normally you can't tell if people have any type of illness like that. So, I was just living life. I went to college. I went to high school. I went to college. And I was fine. I want to say probably around, probably around, I'll just off of there. Probably around 25 26th, that's when my pediatric nephrologist said that I was borderline 2 to 3, which is kidney disease comes in stages. So you have all the way from 1 to 5. And in a later video, I'll talk about the differences in the stages, and I'll get into the different types of dialysis. So when I switched to my adult pediatric nephrologist, or my adult nephrologist, she said, okay, we're gonna do a biopsy, a second biopsy, because she couldn't really tell what the cause of my kidney disease was. Like I said, I was young. I didn't really know what the cause was. I always just basically thought because I was premature that that's what the cause was. So she did the biopsy, she did an ultrasound, and the results of the biopsy came back that I have FSGS, which is basically scarring or damages to the kidney. And basically, when your kidneys are damaged, they can't filter out waste and toxins normally. So people have to undergo dialysis in case what happened to me. So after she did the biopsy, she found out that I had FSGS, and she said it's progressive. Now, up at this point, I didn't think that I was gonna have to be on dialysis. But she said, we don't know when you'll have to be up there, but eventually you will have to go on dialysis at some point. And this was 2018 when I had my biopsy, November 2018. I got the results back. I was dealing with a lot at this point. I was dealing with family issues. Both of my grandmothers, well, my great aunt, she's technically my great aunt, but she helped raise me, and I consider her like a grandmother. She passed away in May. My biological grandmother, which is my mother's mother, she passed away in November of 2019. So that was a lot. And of course, everyone knows, oh girl, 2020, she came through. Coronavirus, she came through. And then my dad passed away. So, he passed away in April of 2020. And then I was dealing with the coronavirus and those changes. And then the next year, 2021, is when my nephrologist said that, okay, your kidney function isn't getting any better. We tried different medications. Tried to switch around my blood pressure medicine. See if that would help. I tried to lose weight. I tried to lose weight. That didn't help. So she said eventually around this time is when we're starting to think about other options. So like I said, I didn't lose any weight, tried to control my blood pressure. That didn't happen, or that didn't help. I was still getting blood tests done, or my blood test done every 3 months or so. My creatinine levels were still going up. My GFR levels were still increasing. So at this point, I'm going to say it was around February, used to it. So they had to run these tests, and they said, okay, you're a candidate for the transplant list. And my boyfriend is actually, he actually had a transplant about 13 years ago, a kidney transplant about 13 years ago. So maybe I can try to get him to share his story as well. But as of right now, I'm still on the transplant list. I'm waiting. I don't know if I'm gonna get a living donor. That's not really my objective. I just want to get a kidney. It doesn't really matter from who, from where, or not from where, but it doesn't matter from who. And to be honest, I don't know. This is just for me. I don't know if I want to have that. It's not necessarily a burden, but I don't want to have anyone feel obligated that they have to donate to me. Because it's a lot for the person that's dealing with the disease and the donor as well. And I've had a couple family members that have offered, but it's like you have to be in good health as well. Even if you have high blood pressure, they won't accept you. And then on top of that, you have to be a match. So that's difficult. So I just don't want anyone else to have to go through that, and I don't want to have to be indebted to anyone, because it's like, oh, you know, I gave you an organ, you know, it's like you got one of my organs now, and after all I did, you know, I just don't want to have that. Yeah, so as of right now, I'm waiting. I'm fine. There are some issues being on dialysis, as far as like little things that I miss, if you want to call it that. Say for instance, with peritoneal dialysis, I can't get in the water. I can't actually submerge myself in the water. I can't get my exit site where my catheter is wet. So that's another thing. And traveling is doable. Don't let people say that you can't do it. And that goes for hemo as well. It might be difficult with insurance and things like that, and depending on the location, but it's not impossible. So that's some of the things that I've learned. In another video, I'll talk about, I guess, the differences between both of them, because even with peritoneal, there's different types of peritoneal dialysis as well. You have night hemo, where you can do that at home, but that's something I don't think that I would want to do at home by myself, or, you know, because I do all my treatments by myself, because they're basically self-explanatory, but certain things I don't know regarding like night hemo that I will want to do myself. But like I said, I will talk in a different video about the different types of dialysis, the pros and cons of those different types, and the impact it has had on me. So, for instance, I do find that I get sick a lot more often, because keep in mind that you have fluid, extra fluid in you at all times. Even if you drain out, you're always having to put more fluid back in. So that's something that I have had to get used to. Feeling sluggish, nauseous. I feel nauseous a good amount of the time. Not all the time, but some more times that I've been on it, I felt that way. Having to go to the doctor multiple times a month, which is not a bad thing. You just have to get labs, and then, well, at the beginning of the month, you have to get your labs. After that, you have to go and see your doctor, your nephrologist. And sometimes you see your nephrologist, the dietitian, and the social worker, to make sure that you're on top of your care and that you have all the things that you need and that your treatments are going okay. Which I think is okay. I think it's a good thing. I'm not complaining about it. You know, I can't complain about something that's keeping me alive, basically. And I need to find her name. I forgot her name, but when I was researching, this young lady, she wrote a book. And on my next video, or my next video, I will have all that information. I think her book is on Amazon. But she basically calls her cycler her best friend, which, I mean, it basically is. It helps keep you alive. So instead of me taking the mentality of, oh, woe is me, why do I have to have this? Why did God place this on me? You know, I can't do anything. I'm too young to have this. I'm not like everyone else. I can't do the things like everyone else. I really don't want anyone to have pity on me, because it could happen to anyone. The main thing is that you have to make the best with what you have, try to keep healthy, and to live your life. That's just how I see it, and that's the stance that I've taken on it. I haven't tried to let this get me down. Sometimes I feel like I can be limited, but it's important to not feel that way. Yeah, so it's important to not feel that way, and to just know that there is going to be a light at the end of the tunnel, basically. So yeah, that's my story. I will come in my next video, and talk to you guys more about me and other things that's been going on with my dialysis journey and my kidney transplant journey. And we're also going to have fun over here. I'm going to talk about some book reviews. Y'all can't see this, but in case, I don't know if y'all can see my shirt, but you see, yes, I am one of those. I'm a Harry Potter girl, okay? I love Harry Potter, even at my big age, okay? So let's get into it. We're going to talk about movies and books and TV shows. I'm actually going to review the last few episodes of Married to Medicine, because that's a complete BS show, okay? But I'm going to review that. I'm going to review the Super Bowl. I'm going to try to review that. And yeah, we're just going to have fun over here, as well as talk about things that relates to kidney disease, other health issues, and chronic illnesses that you all may be going through. So yeah, if you want to comment, let's talk about some things down in the comments. Like and subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Oh yeah, and I think I'm gonna call you guys the Warriors, because my channel name is CKD Warrior, and we are all warriors in this thing called life. Okay, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.